Hello everybody and welcome to another Transformers third party review. In today's video I'm taking a look at something a little different. We're taking a look at Civil Warrior, aka yet another third party version of the War Within Optimus Prime, based on that kind of titanium style. This dude comes with a massive trailer as well. Now we've already had one company deliver a masterpiece scaled version that of this figure, followed by Megatron. And did Grimlock ever get released? I couldn't actually tell you. That was of course Spark Toys. This on the other hand comes with a big huge trailer. Now I think I've got the trailer kind of attached on there, right? Although now that I've got it on, he's not rolling as he should. I've had him perfect up until the video. I don't know, maybe I've not plugged everything in properly. I've just messed around with him a few times. He's a really nice figure. It's a good solid piece. I have no idea who this company is. I'm assuming they're a subsidiary of somebody else, or just under a different name, under a different pseudonym. I don't know, but this is MP10. So as you can see, this is definitely more of an MP scaled figure. Do we think it's MP styled? War Within was a very kind of unique style. Optimus Prime literally looked like he had his fists on the side of his head in his cab mode. So personally, I think they've done a pretty decent job. I mean, the colours on this are sublime, aren't they? A good solid piece. We can pick it up by the trailer. Everything kind of holds. These are adjustable. We've got parts on the inside here. We do get weapons, but I do not get instructions. So whether these fit inside or not, I couldn't tell you. We get an axe, which is pretty decent, and we get a blaster as well with a blue LED light. And of course we've got this kind of MP style handle on there, but they must be able to fit in there somehow. But I really don't know how they're meant to go. And for those looking for a full scale, let's have a look. You know, I think that's pretty spot on. That's a good mix of kind of size and girth. If he was to transform up into a Earth alt mode, his size is kind of retained. One slight critique that I have with this piece, love the colours, love how it all holds together. I would have liked something that folded down. That's all. I would have liked maybe a functioning trailer so we can get some of our like Earth Wars or something like that, just kind of driving in. But beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Still loving the huge trailer that we have anyway. I don't actually have the Spark Toys version to compare it to, unfortunately. But let's get some measurements in there so people can compare it if they have Spark Toys in hand. We're looking at a total length with trailer of around 15 inches. That's 38 centimeters for those that are asking. Right now, let's see how this fares when we transform him up. We've got a couple of connections where this is tabbed in. He's tabbed into this trailer just at the base here. So these will just untab like so. And then there's two tabs underneath here. So we give this a lift. Oh, there we go. And that untabs just from here. Now let's look at our Prime. This is incredibly solid. What a monstrous piece. Again, tape measure out, tip to toe, we're looking 10 inches to the end of his toes, maybe 9 to the end of the wheels. So that's around the 23 to 26 centimeters. And width from shoulder to shoulder, we're looking at 5.5 inches. That's 14 centimeters. But my goodness me, what a beast. This thing really does feel the part. Obviously, now that we've removed said trailer, it can roll quite nicely. These still don't roll as much as I'd like. It may be this base section here. The chest is all clear. So I'm not sure why we've got some, not really sure why that's not rolling. Everything is clear of those wheels. Now maybe if I put it on a carpet or something, that should roll fine. But really does feel incredible. Much like I likened the Banana Force Prime to the TFC Rolling Thunder Prime, this again feels very similar indeed. Very high, dense, quality plastic being used with a great mix of die cast chucked in just for the heck of it. And again, here he is with MP10. If we go toe to toe, there we go. All right, first of all, let's get Prime transformed up, and then we will take a look at all of his accessories. First port of action, just untab these little sections from here. This here untabs. It's going to rotate around like so. And this here is on a rocking hinge. This rocks all the way around on a marvelous ratchet. Absolutely adore how well that went around there. I think this just pops down like so. But again, let's do the same for this arm. So we're going to just untab from these legs. There's this big chunky tab just here. That's going to untab like so. This pops up, rotates around, and this here is on a gorgeous butterfly hinge, and it should just push, click, and tab, and we'll pop that down for now. We have these sections here. These are going to open up. We have our hands tucked away super tight in there. Let's bring them around. I don't want to apply pressure to the actual hand or the fingers, just in case. But that goes like so. This is then going to rotate around like so. So the hand and the fist is now on the outside. Lower legs, not a great deal involved with the transformation on these. I don't believe there's a release button or anything. I think it is literally just friction. So we'll just pull that down like so, and then slide the kneecap up. Again, just pull that down and slide that kneecap up. Really nice ratchets being used, both top and bottom there. And we can split the feet. Oh, so much die cast in these toes. Again, split the feet like so. Starting to come together, isn't it? Sort of. Now, all these pieces here are actually tabbed in to the back piece. Just slide in on here. Look, this is going to come up. This now allows this whole piece here to lift, and as if by magic, look, it's going to rotate around. Stay still, stay still. There we go. That's going to rotate around. Look, and it's starting to form the chest. And pressing down on this back piece here, like so, actually locks the chest panel in. It's a bit floppy still. I'm not really convinced by that locking mechanism. Just push that down and hope for the best, I guess. These parts here come up, and this is going to come untabbed. He says, come on Ben, worked last time. There we go. This is going to come to the back. I rotate this bit around. We've got these little nubbins that tab in and tab in like so. Watch this, ready? Let's push this piece back. Ha-ha! There is Prime in all his glory. We can adjust his ears, and this section here is going to drop down like so, sturdily in the back. And I don't think this comes with batteries, but if you open up the chest panel, and there's a switch under here where you'd push and you would get a light up matrix, but it's been shipped with no batteries. That's actually the law. They're not meant to ship with batteries. So let's just make sure this head is fully up. And he does tend to look over that chest piece somewhat, doesn't he? But that's the back all kind of tabbed in together. Right, quick scale comparison for you. He's a big, chunky bot. Really love those kind of really wide shoulders that we've got going on. Height-wise, he is standing at around the 10-inch mark, which is about 25 centimeters. I mean, shoulder to shoulder. slightly curved in around 7 inches. So he is a very large, muscular interpretation of Prime. I have him here with Banana Force Prime and of course MP44. Let's take a quick look at his articulation. Really nice head sculpt on Prime. Again, really not convinced by this chest location, but the head can look up, left, right, antennae can move up and down there. Guns don't really want to stay in his hands as well as they should. I'll get to the hands in a second though. Right, with the shoulders, we have a butterfly joint that can come out to the side. Really does help bring those shoulders inwards. We have that range here. This can untab and retab, so we can get a little bit extra movement on there. Do love that butterfly joint though. Again, it works both ways, so we could really kind of bring that forward. Rotation, not one, but 2 bends on those elbows. We do have fully articulated hands, although they very much remind me of some of the earlier Black Mamba hands or some of the early KFC hands. They might even be the KFC hands. They're very very spindly on those fingers. I would have preferred maybe as an option fixed units. We do have hip skirts in there. We have a waist rotation. We do have a very nice waist crunch there. Comes all the way forwards. Really nice there. Still a little bit dubious of this chest section hanging. We have hip skirts to the front and to the side, as well as the back, which do allow for some pretty decent range. We've got ratchets forwards, backwards, out to the side on a very strong ratchet. See, I've just popped that chest panel back up again, haven't I? We have upper thigh rotation. As previously mentioned, that we have that double jointed bend on that knee, which is incredibly good when it comes to posing. And the feet, oh my goodness, they do rock left and right. Really quite a nice deep rock as well. And of course, being on this separate panel here, we do have independent toe and heel. I just wish we had some left and right on these toes as well, not just that rather tasty rocking motion. But he is a very beefy interpretation of Prime. I just don't think these spindly hands hold the weapons as well as I would have liked. And of course we do get the option to plug these in, slot the axe in like so. There we go. Whether that's meant to be that way around or not, I don't know, maybe. But I think we can rotate the axe itself. There we go. He has a very kind of battle ready axe. It's not an Energon axe this time as well, which is always a nice welcome change. Now onto the trailer. Let's just untab these top panels like so. These are going to split like this. We've got this panel here which pops up, this panel here which says, I wish I had nails, pop up like so. And then we've also got this here, and then we can pull and extend. So we've got 2 rail guns, do that for both. Next it's the turn of the trailer. Let's fold these wheels down, fold these wheels down. These are plastic, they're not rubber like we get with the actual figure. These sections here are gonna open and open. This untabs and comes away, and again on this side, right, opening up this trailer, just you can see you get these jet propelled sections here. These just pop off, and we've got those on the outside and on the inside. You can see that this is all going to form the wing sections. This will just extend out. This will also slide upwards like so. Let's quickly make up his power legs. We've got this section here. Make sure this is pushed upwards, because we've got a tab just here that needs to come up, because that's going to tab into the back of his leg. This can now come down like so. This folds inwards, this comes around, this comes up, this folds like that. on the back of the leg. This then folds upwards. You can see this is all going to kind of tab in to his feet. Now from what I can see from the pictures, this is meant to just pop all the way over, but that's a really unconvincing hinge there. It does lock in, but I'm not convinced. Right, come back into the trailer. Let's lift this up, flip this over. There's a tab here that's going to push, and that's going to tab in like so. Make sure this is slid up. That's then going to come in like this. Make sure this is extended. Again on this side, make sure this one is extended, and that this is all the way up to the top like so. Bring that in like this. This is then going to come out and out to the side. Really kind of reminds me of the Fans Wanted kit, doesn't it? These are then going to fold in, and they should tab in. Yeah, they push just in there and just in there to push and tab. And then we have this section here which is going to come up. This is going to come up, and we've got these tabs here as well. This is all going to help us secure it into the back of Prime. This can kind of come up a little bit more like that, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Now remember those little jet pieces that we popped off from the inside? How we actually now use those? We get this piece here, which is spring load, push, rotate, so that comes up. So that comes up nice and square, and get the alternative side to it, which was located just on the inner piece. Come on. There we go, giving us a full jet on both sides. Do the same with this side. I get Prime's toes in his pointing down position, and this is going to slide in. The toe should, he says, slide into that position there. That's going to tab in. This heel goes just in the back there like this, and then we've got this tab on the back of the leg there, which should push and tab in. Look at that, he's got nice big shoes. Do that for both feet. Guns are on sliders, so they're just going to latch in and slide all the way down, and then we can just place the handle in. These hands, I really don't like these hands, but it does still tab in nonetheless to hold everything together, but we don't really need it at all because they slide in nicely on there. And then we put the backpack on. Untab, bring these down, untab and bring these down. Make sure your butt flaps are out of your way, and just push this in. And then using these tabs here, they're going to line up with the tabs on there. I'm going to push that in and push that in all the way, and then the shoulder tabs you'll just push and lock in firmly over the shoulders. And there we have him. There we have him fully kitted up, and he looks so good. And here we have him on the display base. My poor little base is moaning and groaning about having to be turned around with this big chunky monkey standing on it, but it's moving. You know, he is a very flexible, very poseable figure, which really helps in being able to display him on this base. As you can see, he's gripping his guns, he's got his armor all on the back of those legs, and his wings just jetting out to the side. You can maneuver the wings, they can go kind of up and down, but that's my personal preference, how I like to have them. This is a really nice kind of hybrid of his movie style, kind of mixing that in with the war within. It's like, oh, my trailer's going to form a jetpack and that in the movies, so why not originally have it form a jetpack and armaments back when I was on Cybertron? And I actually like it. I think it looks really good. I think I even prefer him with the armor on as opposed to without the armor. I like how we get the two pieces to those jets. Yes, it's a little bit of parts forming there, but that's a small hit that I'm willing to take. Everything holds on nicely. Nothing really affects the articulation. All we're getting is those additional pieces for the feet, which may hinder it, but instead they actually add to the depth of his stance. I mean, this is a gorgeous looking figure. There is no doubt about it. And here we have him alongside these primes. Got the wings folded down there. He looks good, doesn't he? He's a big old bulky chap. Really do love how that looks. My only real gripe is that spoiler kind of front vent section there on his chest does hinder the face sculpt from certain angles. I mean, in hand it looks better than what it does on this camera angle. It's not a very good angle. I'm kind of tilting down slightly, but it does kind of hinder his face from different angles. Something I personally would have liked to have adjusted, but then again, it's pretty true to some of the War Within artwork. I've just got his arms disengaged slightly so they bend further forward using that butterfly joint, and the overall effect, I think we can all agree, looks sensational. What a spiffing looking chap. Great value for money. Playability scale on this is through the roof. Lots and lots of fun to be had. No fear of breakage. A very robust figure. Didn't really like these hands. That's my true gripe, that and this kind of vent section just hindering that face sculpt, because it's a good sculpt. We want to be able to see it, but I love the fact the wings fold down. They're not going anywhere. They're very secure. Lovely kind of combination of hooking on here and tabbing in the back. Holds everything together nicely. All in all, a very good first offering. I mean, these guys must have had their fingers in other third-party pies, because this is sensational. A truly glorious looking figure. If you found this video useful, if you have, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, share, and of course subscribe to this channel. And why not pay my KO channel a visit as well over at Ben's KO Lectables. Thanks again to the team at Robot Kingdom for getting this sample shipped out. Hopefully when you all get yours, you'll get instructions and you won't have to muddle your way through like I did. Until next time, from myself and Civil Warrior, goodbye.